Welcome to the Survival Mind. The emergency alert sounds on your phone. Nuclear attack warning. You have 15 minutes before impact. What you do in the next 15 minutes determines whether you live or die. This isn't fear-mongering. In 2025, the nuclear threat is higher than any time since the Cold War. Russia has threatened tactical nuclear weapons. North Korea continues missile tests, and experts warn it only takes one. Most people think nuclear war means instant death for everyone. That's wrong. Survival is absolutely possible if you know what to do. Let me show you the 15-minute protocol that could save your life. First, understand what you're facing. A nuclear detonation creates three main threats. The blast wave. This is the initial explosion, a wall of pressure that destroys buildings and kills instantly within the fireball radius. If you're in this zone, there's no survival. The thermal radiation. Intense heat that ignites fires and causes severe burns up to several miles away. This kills thousands who survive the initial blast. The fallout. Radioactive particles raining down for hours and days after the explosion. This is what kills most survivors who don't know what to do. Here's what most people don't understand. Unless you're within 1 mile of ground zero for a typical warhead, you can survive the blast and heat. Your biggest threat is fallout, and fallout is completely survivable with the right shelter. The alert sounds. You have 15 minutes. Here's your protocol. Minute 1. Do not try to evacuate by car. Highways will be gridlocked in 60 seconds. You'll be trapped in your vehicle when the blast hits. Do not waste time gathering supplies. You don't have time. Your only priority is shelter, the best shelter you can reach in under 10 minutes. Minute 2. If you're at home, go to your basement immediately. If you don't have a basement, go to the most interior room on the lowest floor, a bathroom or closet with no exterior walls. If you're at work or in public, find the nearest building with a basement or underground parking. Subway stations are ideal. The deeper underground, the better. Minute 3. Once you're in your shelter location, start barricading. This is critical. Pile heavy objects between you and the outside world. Furniture, books, canned goods, bags of soil, anything dense. The goal is mass. Mass stops radiation. If you're in a basement, move everything you can to the area farthest from exterior walls. Create a cocoon of stuff around you. Minutes 4 through 14. Keep building your barrier. Use mattresses, drawers, boxes, water containers. Stack them from floor to ceiling if possible. Fill any containers with water. Bathtubs, sinks, pots, bottles. Do this now because pipes may break. Turn off ventilation and seal windows with plastic and duct tape if you have them nearby. But don't waste precious minutes searching. Minute 15. Get behind your barrier and get low. Crouch or lie down. Cover your head. And wait. The blast will arrive as a blinding flash even if you're not looking at it. Windows will shatter. The ground will shake violently. A pressure wave will hit like a truck. Your ears may rupture. This lasts seconds. Do not go outside. Do not look outside. The temptation will be overwhelming, but stepping outside in the first hour is likely fatal. Here's why. Fallout begins within 15 to 30 minutes after detonation. Invisible radioactive particles carried by wind, settling like deadly snow. Exposure to heavy fallout for even 1 hour can deliver a lethal dose of radiation. You must stay sheltered for a minimum of 48 hours. 72 is better. 2 weeks is ideal. This is when most survivors die. They panic. They leave shelter too soon. They don't understand radiation. Let me explain radiation sickness so you can recognize it. In the first hours after exposure, you might feel fine. This is the latent period. It's a lie. 6 to 12 hours later, nausea begins, vomiting, diarrhea, weakness. Mild exposure causes this for a few days, then recovery. Severe exposure causes hemorrhaging. Your gums bleed, you bruise easily, your hair falls out in clumps. Lethal exposure shuts down your bone marrow. You stop producing blood cells. Infections overwhelm you. Death comes in 2 to 6 weeks. But here's the crucial fact. Radiation exposure decreases rapidly over time. After 7 hours, radiation levels drop to 10% of the initial intensity. After 48 hours, it drops to 1%. After 2 weeks, it's down to 0.1%. This is why sheltering works. Time is your ally. Every hour you wait, the outside world becomes safer. So, you're in your shelter. You've survived the blast. What do you do for 2 weeks underground? Ration your water. 1 gallon per person per day minimum. Drink in small amounts, not all at once. Ration food. You can survive 2 weeks on very little. Hunger is uncomfortable, but radiation is deadly. Stay inside. Stay calm. Panic burns calories and clouds judgment. Establish a routine. Sleep, ration management, monitoring time. If you have a battery radio, listen for official guidance. Authorities will broadcast safe zones and contamination levels. Do not trust rumors from other survivors. Official channels only. After 48 hours, you face a decision. Do you stay or do you venture out briefly? If you absolutely must leave the shelter, here's the protocol. Cover every inch of skin. Long sleeves, pants, gloves, hat, mask or cloth over nose and mouth. Tape gaps closed. Move quickly. Limit exposure to under 30 minutes if possible. Do not touch anything outside with bare hands. Don't sit down. Don't lean against walls. When you return, remove all outer clothing before entering the shelter. Leave it outside or in a sealed bag far from your shelter area. Wipe down any exposed skin with damp cloth, hair especially. This is decontamination. Now let's talk about the world you'll emerge into. Infrastructure is likely destroyed. No power, no water, no services. Hospitals are overwhelmed or non-functional. You're on your own for medical care. Communication networks may be down. No phones, no internet. Looting and desperation are widespread. Security is a major concern. Radiation hotspots make certain areas uninhabitable for years. This is long-term survival, different from the acute survival of the first 2 weeks. You'll need water purification methods. Boiling is best, but requires fuel. You'll need food sources beyond your initial supplies. Canned goods, dry goods, anything sealed before the attack. Fresh food and water exposed to fallout are contaminated. Never consume them. You'll need community. Survival alone long-term is nearly impossible. Find others. Establish trust carefully. You'll need security. Protect your shelter and supplies. Desperation makes people dangerous. And you'll need psychological resilience. The world you knew is gone. Grief, trauma, and despair will be constant battles. But humans are remarkably adaptable. Survivors of Hiroshima and Nagasaki rebuilt. You can too. Now let's talk about preparation before the attack. Build a shelter kit now. Store it in your basement or interior room. Include water, 5 gallons per person minimum, non-perishable food for 2 weeks, battery or hand crank radio, flashlights and batteries, first aid kit, plastic sheeting and duct tape, basic tools, radiation detector if possible, cash, important documents in waterproof bag. Identify your shelter location today. Know where you'll go. Prep it with supplies. Have a family communication plan. Where will you meet if separated? How will you find each other without phones? Learn basic radiation principles. Understand shielding, distance, and time. This knowledge is survival. Stay informed on global threats. If tensions escalate, top off your gas tank, stock extra food, keep cash on hand. But here's the most important preparation: mindset. Accept that this could happen. Hope it doesn't. Prepare as if it will.
Denial kills. People who refuse to believe it's real freeze when the alert sounds. They waste their 15 minutes in shock. You won't, because you've mentally rehearsed this scenario. In your mind, you've already heard the alert. You've already moved to shelter. You've already survived the blast and the fallout. When imagination becomes memory, action becomes instinct. Final thoughts. The odds of nuclear attack remain low, but low is not zero. And if it happens, your survival depends entirely on decisions made in minutes. 15 minutes to shelter, 48 hours minimum inside, 2 weeks for safety. Mass between you and radiation. Time is your ally. Panic is your enemy.
These principles have saved lives in Hiroshima, Nagasaki, Chernobyl, and every nuclear incident since. They will save yours. If this information could save your life or someone you love, subscribe to The Survival Mind. We cover the survival scenarios you hope never happen, but need to understand. Because hope is not a strategy. Knowledge is. Stay safe. Stay prepared.